Hello again. Now, a township delivery service launched on WhatsApp is now expanding. Godiragetse Mogajane from Hammanskraal created a fast food delivery service in July 2021 as an attempt to combat youth unemployment in his area. Godiragetse Speed now uses e-bikes and has launched its own app for customers. The company hopes to employ 60 full-time drivers within the next 6 months and reach half of the country's biggest townships next year. Well, he's going to tell us which are those and plus other exciting plans that they've got. He's in the studio with us this afternoon here in eNCA, all the way from Hammanskraal, Kotswane. That's the founder, Godiragetse Mogajane, joining me now in the studio. Godiragetse, good afternoon. Welcome. well done.
Brother.
I saw that you launched the app thing on the 2nd of April,
yes,
which will be 2 days ago.
Yes.
So it's still a bit early, but can we just start there? How have the 2 days gone?
Ooh, crazy. I haven't slept, Saturday to Sunday. I'm trying to, get things ready for the team, getting the app out of the way. I mean, for us, in the townships, adoption of apps is quite slow. So educating the market about our app and letting them know that we do the same thing that we used to do on WhatsApp, but now it's much more better and robust for us as a team in Hammanskraal.
One of the difficult things with anything is change management. You launched July last year on WhatsApp. People are used to WhatsApp.
Yes.
Now you are taking it away,
yes.
Or are you going to be transitioning slowly? While you are launching the app, you'll keep WhatsApp alive, or you've decided, no, I'm just gonna force them to go to to the app and we're closing WhatsApp?
Absolutely. So, I mean, when we started last year, for us, it was to test that there is a market of food deliveries in the township. And for us to do that, we had to use a platform that everybody has, right? And we were able to prove that there is a market based on the, the number of sales that we reached last year. And for us, in terms of productivity-wise, it's very slow for us to complete, the amount of orders that we want to achieve as a business. So we had to migrate to, our own mobile apps that make it much more easier and faster. And, as our name says, Godiragetse Speed, we can now stay true to our name.
Is that the container that you guys, the guys will use?
Yes, and there's actually a story with these bags. So what we've done is we've actually introduced bicycles as mode of transport, and the reason for that is, again, so that the young people, in the townships can now start doing deliveries, without any driver's licenses or that. They just need a bit of training. And if you look at this bag, it's a backpack, so it doesn't need a box. On a bicycle. They just hop it on like a backpack and they can start.
And this is a chova bicycle?
Yes, so we have
real chova stuff.
Yes, so we have e-bikes which are powered by a battery. We have also normal bicycles.
Yes,
and
it's good and healthy. That's why I'm just emphasizing the chova one.
We're trying to keep our youth healthy.
Can you just take us briefly, before we talk about your future plans? Sure. You started in Hammanskraal on WhatsApp. One of the things to deliver is that you have to choose, you have to have restaurants being your partners.
Yes.
And so who were your first victims, so to speak, in Hammanskraal when you started this on WhatsApp last year?
Sure. So we had, you would know that in the townships, we have malls that are popping up, right? So we have more of the famous brands, international brands coming in, your McDonald's, your KFCs and that. And we are able to accommodate them. So we cover all the major restaurants as well as the local food restaurants, and Skopo, Mkhod.
So homegrown stuff, homemade food as well.
Definitely.
So when you started, you all had them because of the availability of these things. But the times were tough. I mean, we were under lockdown. I can't remember what level we were in July. All I remember is that from July to December, we had a tough time with the third wave and the fourth wave in the country.
Yes. So for us, I mean, we are actually grateful for that because I think the timing for us was brilliant, right? At that time, more and more people were more comfortable, with transacting online, because they can't go to the malls as much as they could. So when we introduced Godiragetse Speed, it was much easier for us, to have them, adopt our services.
So you're not even 1 year old.
Not even 1 year.
And typical of an entrepreneur, you're not resting on your laurels. You're saying, what is next? The app, where does the idea come from?
Yes. So, I mean, you know, with the other big, fast food, app deliveries that, they're trying to get into the townships. But for us, we're trying to, get the youth unemployed, the youth that are unemployed, to get them jobs, because it's not normal what we're seeing in the townships. Our townships, if you go in during the week, it seems like it's a weekend, right? And that's because the youth are not doing anything. And for us, it's just to take back the opportunities to the communities with the gig economy and hopefully get the youth working again.
I'm just trying to put myself in the shoes of your Uber Eats, your Mr. Delivery, your Bolt and stuff. What kind of reasons they would use not to go into township? One of them will include safety and security, for example, but you are in there, you understand the ins and outs. The other one is addresses. I mean, our townships have got nice names, some streets have got cool names and stuff like that. Some of them might not even exist on Google Maps yet today, and people there's been name changes, but you've got an advantage because you're on the ground.
Yes. So, I mean, that's the biggest challenge, right? The addresses, right? And we had to, that's the reason why we use local drivers, right? The guys who know the area very well. And on our app, there's an option to even put landmarks, like a popular school or a popular tree that everybody in the township knows. So it makes it much easier for us, to get the food to the client while it's still warm.
So was it easy to develop the app that you launched on Saturday, on the 2nd of April? And did you do it by yourselves, or you've got some IT software, young people that helped you to put it together?
Yeah, so I mean, definitely, looking at the timelines of when we launched and when we launched the app as well, we wouldn't develop it ourselves. So we had to get some extra pair of hands to assist us with, launching our app.
Okay. So, but is it costly to build an app?
Yes, and my advice to anyone who wants to build an app is maybe consider licensing, because,
Is yours licensed?
Ours is licensed, right?
To protect you and stuff.
Protect, but also we focus on what we know, right? Which is delivering food to the customer, fast, and offering the customers a better, customer journey rather than, developing apps.
Okay. So how many people now have you, are part of you, on
the team? So on the team, we're just around 12 at the office, and we've also made our office in Hammanskraal. So our headquarters are in Hammanskraal. So everybody on the team goes there, and there's a reason behind that, right? Because last year we were in Pretoria CBD, and the team was spending so much money of their salaries getting to the office, and it doesn't make sense why that should be the case when the business, can be in the township, and now they can even walk to the office.
So it's Hammanskraal was for starters. You're planning to expand. What's next? Where next?
Absolutely. So our plan is to take over all the townships in Pretoria,
Soshanguve,
Mamelodi,
Garankuwa.
29th, actually, we're in Soshanguve, and then the plan is to come from from Pretoria to Joburg, and hopefully come to the biggest township in the country.
So you aiming by the end of this year, you'll be all over Pretoria in terms of those townships that are around there.
That's the goal.
Now, just one stat which I would like to get a sense of. I mean, within 3 months, I understand from a report I saw, you made around 2,500 deliveries. This is last year.
Yes.
Okay. And earning drivers up to 1,500 rand a week.
A week. Yes.
Have the numbers changed now?
Yeah, because, we just launched, and what we've seen even from last year, from the moment we launched, numbers are going up, right? And our app is only now available on Android phones. We're still being reviewed by Apple for iOS. So we're hoping that once iOS jumps on board, the numbers will also increase. But for ours, it's just to put more money in the pocket for our drivers, which are mostly young, black, South Africans.
Are they safe? I mean, I mentioned earlier about the Uber Eats and the others will be saying, I'm not going to a township, I'm not sure. These guys are on the ground, they come from the still.
Yes.
We have to ask the question, the safety of your drivers,
yes,
the people who deliver, how is it?
Definitely. For us, if you are from the township, you would know that, you are protected, you are safe, right? Even the brand, is from the township, you understand it. So whoever thinks of even robbing you now know that you have a job instead of sitting, by the tuck shop all day. And they can see that, the society and the community of the township, is being uplifted. So I can safely say that since last year, we haven't had any cases.
Beautiful.
And I'm super grateful,
And they've embraced you, and they continue
absolutely.
to do. This red bag, I don't know what you call it, this container here, this thing that they deliver, and I'm sure it's now popping up everywhere. When people see, they know, keep delivering at speed.
Definitely. This is delivering at speed,
okay.
DKS.
Now, are you able to share, as we're going to be concluding soon, what kind of food that people are enjoying the most in Hammanskraal? Are people really doing the local locals lack staff, or it's just depends what they feel like?
Yeah, but then I can tell you now that the best seller so far, ever since we even launched, Kekota, is Patlo.
Yeah, Kota.
That's number one.
It's part of Spitori, what do you call it?
Yeah, because Patlo is Patlo. Number one.
Beautiful. No, we wish you well. It's really an uplifting story, and it's good to see that young people like yourselves are really grabbing these opportunities by the bull of their horns as and when they appear. We wish you well. We'll touch base with you definitely later in the year to see how your expansion problem, because yes, it's a brilliant idea, it's working well, but with expansion comes other challenges.
Definitely.
And some of them you can't even imagine today, but we hope as and when they come, you'll manage to go through all those hurdles.
Perfect.
All the best. And thank you for coming all the way from Hammanskraal to Hyde Park here in the studio. We really appreciate it. All the best. Hopefully you catch some sleep tonight. Thank you very much. Yeah, just hang in there as we conclude. That's a Godiragetse Speed founder, Godiragetse Mogajane, all the way from Hammanskraal to Hyde Park. We really appreciate that, and I'm very much grateful that he could come all the way here, and we wish them well. Still,